Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com. Up here on a gorgeous morning at Stowe, testing the Elan Wingman 86 CTI. This ski is really cool. I don't think I had ever skied it here at Stowe, and I always feel like it's a little different skiing something like at your home mountain rather than testing it somewhere where you're not as familiar with the terrain and stuff like that. So I did some solo runs over on the Mansfield side this morning, up there. Now I met up with Bob. He's got his kids. They're on school vacation, so we're gonna take a few more runs over here, hopefully get a little more filming in to show you guys the ski. But for now, I'll leave you with one of my runs from this morning, and then we'll be back in just a little bit and we'll talk more about this ski. So we'll see you then. Hey skiers, we're back. Just did another quick run on these Wingman 86 CTIs. I picked up Bob on the lift. I may or may not have taken a little spill there, but...
You definitely did.
Yeah, right, fine. Woo! That's a good one. But yeah, these Wingmans are a lot of fun. Just to recap construction quickly, it's pretty similar to what we talk about when we talk about the ripsticks. You know, I know we've done a lot of ripstick reviews, but I don't think we've done a Wingman review. So you get that same tube light wood core, yep. Those three-dimensional carbon tubes. You know, we talk a lot about how those feel different than most carbon skis. They still have a lot of energy, a lot of springiness out of turns, but just a little smoother and more vibration damping. And then these have metal along the inside edge. I'll get a close-up shot somewhere so you can see what I'm talking about, but there's metal reinforcements along just the inside edge, which is pretty cool. You know, Elan has that amphibio profile where there's more camber along the inside edge and more rocker on the outside edge. I'd say it's less pronounced on these than on the ripsticks.
Because that whole ski is stiff, whereas the ripsticks you're really bolstering that one side.
Yeah, and like on the ripsticks, when you look at it, you can see that rocker more on the outside, and it's harder to see on this ski. But I do think you can feel it, which is really cool. Not much rocker in these skis, not much early taper or anything like that. It's more, you know, more inspired by kind of a carving ski, which makes sense because, you know, the Wingman skis are leaning more towards the carving side of things, where the ripsticks are more on the all mountain side. So we're gonna take one more run here. Bob's gonna chase me with the camera, and then we'll talk a little bit more about performance. Hey skiers, back again. Unfortunately we lost Bob to parental responsibilities, although thanks Bob for taking a couple runs. But yeah, just figured we would kind of round out this review of the Wingman 86 CTI. I've been having a blast on these skis, and something that I've been thinking about is when we talk about the ripsticks, and we've talked about the ripsticks a lot, something that I often say about those skis is it doesn't feel like they're chasing superlatives. Like, it doesn't feel like they're trying to be the strongest, nor are they trying to be the lightest. You know, they're if anything, the superlative that they're chasing is most fun. And I think that same concept applies really well to this Wingman. You know, when I think about a ski like this, 86 underfoot, more of a carving shape than anything else, there are some skis that come to mind, you know, like Kesley MX88, Blizzard Brahma 88. You know, those skis are 2 millimeters narrower, but to me they're basically the same. I don't think it's as strong overall as skis like that, which we'll get to in more depth, but I think it's far more playful. I think it's easier to get a rewarding experience out of these skis. You know, with things like the Brahma, although we haven't done a deep dive on the newest Brahma, but traditionally skis like that kind of feel like they require a lot of speed to start coming alive, and I don't necessarily think that's true on the Wingman. So yeah, I've been having a blast on them. I've been skiing the 178 the past couple days here. Yesterday we had some softer snow. Today it's really just firm groomers, which is great. This 178 has a 16.5 meter turn radius. And I think when you combine that with the energetic feel that this construction provides, you get a ski that's just really, really responsive, really rewarding. For me, it comes across the fall line really easily, which is a really nice feeling for me as a skier. I don't feel like I have to like put all of my energy into initiating a turn with the tip to get the ski to flex and thus kind of give me that across the fall line feel that I'm looking for. These do that much more easily, and with the metal along the inside edge, they hold an edge really well. So you get very like confidence inspiring kind of mid radius carving turns that just feel so snappy and so energetic and so fun. There were a couple instances where I felt my skis kind of losing a little bit of purchase, but that was only a couple situations, and it wasn't like, I don't know, if I was losing edge grip, it gained it back like right away, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing. I mean, I think you can say that there are skis with better edge grip overall, but this ski recovers really well, and there's a touch of forgiveness that's not there in some of those heavier, narrower, stiffer skis. Like a good example, a gentleman named Nate, who happens to be, I believe, on, you know, whatever it's called, the national PSIA team. He's an examiner and stuff like that, you know, super high credentials in the PSIA world. He came skiing by me this morning on, looked to me like kind of a consumer GS ski. I can reach out to him and see exactly what it was, but I was like, oh, this is really cool. Like, let me try and ski right behind Nate and match his turns. And he you know, he's a really good skier, and there were moments where I was like, this ski can't quite do what he's able to achieve on those GS skis, but that's like fine. To me, that's perfectly reasonable, because these are really good. You know, they don't lack significant edge grip or anything like that, and you gain so much playfulness and so much forgiveness and just so much more fun. You know, these allow for shorter kind of slipping, smearing, more skidded than smeared turns, I suppose, but they allow for that more easily than, you know, something narrow like a GS ski, or something that's like stiffer with more just aggressive camber like that MX88. They're easier to let the ski wash out, and I think just less fatiguing overall. You know, they're pretty light on your feet. They don't, you know, I've skied quite a bit on them in the past couple days, and they're not they're not taking too much out of me, which is really nice. And the last thing that I want to say about these skis is this amphibio profile works really, really well in this ski. You know, I think it certainly has its benefits in the ripsticks as well, and I think when you get into wider skis like that, or more all-mountain focused skis like that, the benefits are perhaps even more noticeable in soft snow, just the way that the ski is designed. But this is really, really noticeable on firm snow, just the way that it feels so smooth and so natural when you're linking, carving turns. You know, that the outside edge of your uphill ski is kind of already doing what it's supposed to without you needing to really get that ski to purchase. You know, it's already kind of flexed into the position it's supposed to be, which I think just gives them a very natural feel when you're kind of transitioning to that next turn. And something that I also like about them is you do notice that the inside edge has more grip than, you know, the outside edge of your uphill ski or whatever you want to call it. So for me, it was kind of like, it's kind of reminding me to ski with proper technique and to really weight that outside foot if I want to get a really snappy, good turn with a lot of edge grip. So yeah, it's always cool when a ski kind of like makes you ski better. But it doesn't do that in a demanding, unforgiving way. It does that in kind of like a friendly reminder kind of way. So yeah, big fan of the Elan Wingman 86 CTI. I almost said ripstick because we talked about those skis so much. But yeah, if you like the Elan story, but you're looking for something that's a little bit more precise, a little bit more powerful, with a little bit more edge grip for groomers, you know, maybe you as a skier spend more time on groomers than you do bouncing around in the trees and stuff like that, I think the Wingman is arguably a better choice than something like the Ripstick 88. But as you probably know, I'm a big fan of that ski as well. They just kind of, you know, they have their different applications, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna take another run here, head home, put this video together. It should be up this afternoon. Let us know if you have any questions about the Wingman as usual, and we will talk to you guys soon. Happy New Year if we don't talk to you before Friday, which we probably won't. So Happy New Year.